Method I use.
No. It is the only method. I went back and looked at the thing. Yeah, because we had done it on another computer. It's just the back and forth computers that fucked me up. That is the only method.
Alright, it's live.
Alright, he's a good price for the best Maz. So it is on YouTube.
Oh yeah, but we're not putting it on for the whole internet. It's just specifically being used to stream.
That's on Matthew.
Alright, what are we gonna? Oh, here we go.
You ever stream before like Twitch?
No, I don't game.
Yeah, I streamed.
Bro, I saw a Fortnite.
I was streaming. I did tell him the Demon Slayer. Kevin, bro, what's your opinion about the current state of Siege? Do you like new Siege? Do you like Siege X? Kevin, do you like Siege X? You need to brush your eyebrows more. There's gonna be music in the background. You're doing it right.
Francis. Who should get this link right now?
No, he didn't give it to me.
So I'm sending it to him, to you. Is anybody else that can?
I think he said he gave it to you.
No. I have the link to the live stream.
No, to the person who's in there to get
Oh,
it.
that he has done.
Oh, so let's send it to him. I'll send it to me and let me go in there. Okay.
These pants are really big as hell.
I can't see your shoes. I can see your shoes.
Can you just open it?
That room is actually that's the
The spinner room?
Yeah, spin out room is pretty shit. It's the coolest thing in this building by far.
Yeah,
It's like an achievement.
It's like a movie. It's like a
it's like a
mini
legit
movie.
achievement.
Show your
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we can't talk. So we will kill the sound on everything for now. But even then, when it's rolling, we do not talk.
Zip it loud in your pocket, Kevin. Don't let the monster get to you.
Classic comedy.
We're not living that.
Now Kevin knows how I feel about that JoJo's Bizarre Adventure thing yesterday.
Can't get them.
Sounds like they have a bit.
We're gonna clear all the stuff out of here. I don't know what they're trying to do. Just transfer her laptop back. I don't need to shoot it. Put down on this thing.
I let go of the camera now. I can speak.
What's up? Behind the scenes?
Oh,
It kind of looks like behind the scenes.
Say again?
It kind of like behind the scenes because they doing that the cut thing. Oh, they took a picture behind the scenes. Like the cut thing when it shows the other colors and it changes to the next part.
Oh yeah, I know what you're thinking about. So I have excellent connection and I can see it, but it won't pop up on the computer.
I just realized Kevin here is brown.
All right, come on. Only one. I don't. Yeah. So. What I'm gonna need from you guys, you take photos, right? I'm gonna be following back like this. What I want you guys to do is essentially make sure you open your doors, and once we get out here, you guys can operate the camera from this. But
Right,
once
while we take photos of right now.
everything that's happening once from when it comes out, right? But you guys are gonna, I'm gonna do this until we get back out here. Then you guys can control it here. Okay?
Is this automatic orange or Sachi dice?
What are you talking about?
Like it's orange.
Okay, so it should set. We'll fix that in editing. Don't worry about it. We'll just change the temperature in editing. But the white balance should be auto, so it shouldn't be orange. But it's alright, no big deal.
Thank you, Carla, and thank you to the Leadership Philadelphia team for inviting me. I can't believe it's been 24 years since I was sitting where all of you are today. I'm going to take a personal point of privilege. I was part of Leadership Philadelphia when I was running a small nonprofit called Manor USA many years ago, and I happened to have in this room one of my former board members, Anuj Gupta. Is he still in the room? Anuj Gupta. Oh, and he was also my successor at Manor USA. But talking about full spectrum, also in the room is one of my interns while I was at Manor USA, Ariel Ben Amos, as well. I also happen to have in this room a current colleague of mine, Emily Jordan, who's just joined us as our new development director. There are a lot of old friends in this room and some new ones. I'm going to start with a story. When I was leading Manor USA, I met a student who I'm going to call Jasmine. She was a rising senior in one of our neighborhood schools, high schools in Philadelphia. She was working in our Youth Works program, which was in our summer youth employment program on Germantown Avenue. She was bright, she was responsible, she was determined to become a doctor. And I was really jazzed by that because that's what I wanted to be when I grow up. I wanted to be like my mom, I wanted to be a doctor. So one Saturday, I offered to help her study for the SAT. And that's when I learned she had taken only 1 year of math, 1 year of science, and wasn't rostered for either in her senior year. Her school had one counselor for nearly 400 students, and no one had ever told her what the basic requirements, academic requirements would be for a pre-med program. Sitting with Jasmine, I realized she'd fallen short. I realized she hadn't fallen short, but that we had. The adults, the institutions, the systems meant to walk alongside her. Jasmine had the will, but the system hadn't given her the way. She had the ambition, but the system hadn't given her the preparation. And her story isn't rare in Philadelphia, unfortunately. Our students have the drive. What they lack is the system built to match their ambition with preparation. It's because our systems, our education system, our workforce system, our higher ed system, are not built to guide students from potential to prosperity. Let's talk about Philadelphia for a moment. You might have heard, Philadelphia is no longer the poorest big city in the nation. We are now the second poorest big city in the nation. And now that's movement, but it's hardly progress. We shifted from number 1 to number 2, but on the basis purely of the average earnings of our population. Incomes grow. Beneath that headline is the truth that the number of Philadelphians living in poverty actually grew. And it shows. According to Raj Chetty, you've already heard his name a couple of times today. He's a Harvard researcher and the director of Opportunity Insights. Philadelphia has one of the lowest rates of upward economic mobility in the country. Meaning a child born here in poverty is still far too likely to remain poor as an adult. Education has long been regarded as one of the surest pathways out of poverty, with each level of educational attainment percentage of overall lifetime earnings, and yet just 36% of Philadelphia adults hold a bachelor's degree, and that's compared to 50% on average at some of our peer talent hubs, Chicago, Boston, DC, San Francisco. Our public school system is making huge gains. You've heard about that. We now graduate about 84% of students, according to recent numbers, and that is absolutely progress worth celebrating. But it remains that Philadelphia's comprehensive and catchment area neighborhood high schools, the schools to which 38% of our students default, following our competitive high school selection process. You heard about the variety of schools. Just 38% of our students are attending these comprehensive catchment area high schools. Their graduation rates, by comparison, range from 58% to 73%. The gap widens after high school. Citywide, the district's six-year college completion rate is about 39%. For students attending neighborhood catchment schools, that six-year college completion rate is just 22%. So while our system isn't improving overall, too many young people, particularly those attending those schools closest to their homes, are still starting futures on a weaker footing. And not because of that talent or desire, not because, but because the opportunity is not evenly distributed by zip code or school. And in response to this lack of opportunity, Philadelphia has launched hundreds of nonprofits to try this law. We have, depending on your maps, 65 to 300 college access and success programs providing services to students in Florida. There are tutoring programs, scholarship programs, mentoring groups, all doing good work, but often in silos. And we've responded to this challenge by building programs, but not by building pathways. And that's where the work in Philadelphia Education Fund, or as I call it, PATH, comes in. So this is a question, Ms. Sorry, that I get asked a lot. Does everyone need to go to college? And to help us reflect on the question, I'm going to give you all a pop quiz. So call out if you think you know the answer or you're willing to give your best guess. So in 1950, what percentage of young people finished high school? In the 1950s, what percentage finished high school? You see our stats today is 84%. About 59%. So it's good for those who are guessing no, because that's the point. It was a lot less. And right now, it's 80%. Nationally, the average about 87%. In 1950, what's your best guess as to the percentage of Americans who had a bachelor's degree? 30, I'm hearing 30, I'm hearing 20, 6 to 7%. So 1 in 15. Now it's 1 in 3. Both bachelors. In the 1950s, what percentage of young people went to college right after high school? It was 13 to 15%. Now it's 63% are going to college right after high school. In the 1950s, the reason those numbers were so low is because a high school graduate could get a job, could buy a house, could provide for their family, they could enter the middle class without getting a college degree. Today, according to Georgetown University Center on Education in the Workforce, 70% of living wage jobs require some post-secondary credential. 70%. Here's a quote from the Center's After Everything report. It notes that one trend in workforce has remained unaltered throughout this historic change. The increasing need for workers to have greater levels of education in order to succeed in the modern economy. That trend will continue, they report. In 2021, about 68% of all jobs required at least some post-secondary education. By 2031, we estimate, that's Georgetown, that 72% of jobs will require post-secondary education or training. And that in fact, 42% of all jobs will require at least a bachelor's degree. So the answer to the question, does everybody need to go to college? No, not everyone needs to go to college. Philadelphia Scholars Program it's the largest non-university-based scholarship program in the city of Philadelphia. We us to identify students, and we help those students persist, and we help them access study abroad and internship opportunity. And the network, which is where I hope you'll think about getting involved, is through our collective impact initiatives, the College Access and Success Ecosystem, and the Philadelphia STEM Equity Collective, PSEC. We bring together more than 300 organizations, schools, universities, city agencies, and foundations to coordinate strategy and measure outcomes. And just this past week, CASE, the College Access and Success Ecosystem, following the mayor's proclamation that this is College Application Week, hosted a series of events with our partners, and PSEC hosted STEM Equity Week alongside dozens of STEM programs across the city. And Stacy was talking about algebra being an issue. One of the aims we have for PSEC is to work on creating a task force on algebra. Through our PLAN program, Prepare, Learn, Achieve, and Network Framework, we model what it looks like to start early with students, to stay long with them, and to work across systems. So let's zoom out. The national conversation is shifting. Funders, policymakers, and even corporate leaders are shifting their attention from college access to economic mobility. And during my early tenure at PATH, the measure that seemed to move people the most was how many students enrolled in college. But today, the question that seems to be at top of mind is how many students are thriving academically, financially, and professionally. Philadelphia Mayor Cheryl Parker aims to build the safest, cleanest, greenest big city in the nation with access to economic opportunity for all. And her One Philly motto is more than a slogan. It's a challenge to all of us to redesign our system so that every young person, and frankly every adult, has a fair shot at prosperity. And for that to happen, education has to see itself not as the end point, but as an on-ramp to opportunity. So what might a reimagined post-secondary support system look like in Philadelphia? So these are reflecting some of the buckets. So one is needs to have a seamless and viable. What's your plan? Every student starting in middle school should have a post-secondary plan supported by data that follows them across schools, programs, and into their early careers. We can't no longer do handoffs where students fall through the cracks. As you heard from Dr. Watlington, roughly 30% of our students who are attending our highest poverty schools
opportunities that prepare them for higher education and future careers. You are going to witness today what some of the students are learning here at the School of the Future. As I've already mentioned, he is our host today. Please help me welcome him here, Leadership Philadelphia, but thank him for all of what he's done.
All right, first I just would like to say thank you, Leadership Philadelphia, Angela Tiller, Jason Russ, Carla Ingram, Dr. Wellington, Dr. Wazada, and Mr. McFarland. All right, so for me, when I look at this, thank you. All right. When you look at this picture right here, this is the reason why I do what I do. This is our graduation, and oftentimes as administrators, we go through so much, sometimes you do lose sight of what you're trying to do. So when I start losing sight, this is the picture I look at, because that's the reason why I'm here. And when I see that, it just gives me, it just empowers me just to think of where our learners are at. Okay. Also, when you're talking about the different guardrails here, we just go by the School District of Philadelphia's guardrails. We are the Firebirds. We are the beacon of West Philadelphia. We are a STEAM school. All right, so one of the things here that we're just going to talk about is learning is continuous, relevant, and adaptive. And throughout this process, you're going to see what I mean by that, because you're going to have opportunity to see what the learners actually are doing. All right, this is what we do now in regards to when learners are trying to find their way. So the next piece right here is really the start of where I'm going to talk about. Right here is our ways. Prior to me getting here, they did not have any programming here. They didn't have dual enrollment. They did not have the AP school courses. They had, I think there were 2 AP courses. One of the things that I did when I got interviewed here is try to figure out, like, what do we do here? What are we good at? No one can give me an answer. So one of the things I really did was, okay, I did a needs analysis. All right, so what do students want? What do the teachers want? What is the society saying? What are some of the best fields to go into? So some of the things that we did was dual enrollment, right? So one of the things for us is that, and anybody that know, if you may not know about School of the Future, we are what they call a citywide school. That means we accept anybody, there's no criteria. Anybody can come here as long as it's a lottery based. Also, when I want to talk about dual enrollment, one of the things that I wanted to do was, first thing I want to do was start a dual enrollment program, because I believe in acceleration and not remediation. So when I talk about dual enrollment, one of the things that we did was we started a cybersecurity dual enrollment program. We're one of the only schools in the city that have that, with black and brown learners. I'm so proud of that. We also have that, we partner with the community college with that. We also have a dual enrollment program with LaSalle. That aligns more with our communication aspect of it. So our communication students are in communication. They'll take a lot of the general ed classes, general recs classes that you would go for the communications. Art, we have the art program. One of the things that we did is that we added AP art and everything. So that's something that we started. When it comes to computer science, every learner here has to take computer science for a year. The thing is that I understand, I heard the last individual talking about coding is dead, but it's just like math. You can use a calculator, you can use everything, but you still got to understand it. So the thing is that our learners are learning how to code, and you want to see some of the different programs in regards to that. Also, one of the things about computer science is that we have a computer science CTE program. We're only George Washington High School. We're the only ones in the city right now that have that CTE program. The CTE program, one of the things I love about it is that this will be our first graduating class. When they come out of it, they're going to be able to make around $60,000 to $70,000 just coming out. And that's without college, that's a degree, that's a diploma. I mean a certificate. And with that certificate, if they want to take more higher ed classes, they can go about doing that. So when I look at CTE, I look at CTE and what aligns to the vision here, because Everybody talks about construction, everybody talks about labor. Listen, some of my folks, we don't want to get our hands dirty. That's not a problem. So some people want to be able to do all that while on the beach. So one of the things that what we do is to show individuals that you can still do the trades, but the trades doesn't have to be necessarily labor intensive, but it can be still mentally tough in regards to figuring out how to help individuals with the cybersecurity realm. Also, one of the things when we talk about natural sciences, one of the things we do is we partner with the Philadelphia Zoo. That's one of the different individuals that we participate in. Oh, all right, thank you. Got you. All right, and the other programming that we started was engineering. Music, we partner with the Mann Music Center. With the Natural Resource Center, we partner with the Philadelphia Zoo. They didn't have any of these different partnerships prior to, but some of the partnerships I just want to talk about is the Summer Search. Summer Search is a program in which is very similar to let me go back. Summer Search is a program that helps individuals get ready for college. It is really a program that helps learners be able to get ready for the 21st century. Also, one of the programs we have for is the KYW interview program, and we also have the Aspire program, in which we have learners with the University of Pennsylvania nursing program. So if individuals don't want to be nursing, they are in that program. So what makes us different? 9th grade on track. What does this mean? 4 core classes: English, math, social studies, science. Why is on track important? On track is important because the data says 89% of 9th graders who are off track have only graduated rate of 45%. So why is this important? We really focused on this. A first-time school district Philadelphia 9th grader is considered on track, right? This is what I need you to understand. This is what I'm proud of right here. School of the future, 87%. Really, you can round it up, 88%. One of the things I'm proud of that is that this is our 3rd year of being #1 in the district. And because we're #1 in the district, the reason why we were #1 in the district was because I really worked on trying to make sure we put PLCs in place, and PLCs in which are teacher-led in regards to, we have 2 days of content and 2 days which is English, math, science, history, and we have another 2 days in which we go about grade level. Also with that, one of the things that helps me, one of the things that I just wanted to talk about when it comes to this also, is that when we look at our on-track data, it helps us understand how many learners that we need to support, especially when you talk about the NTS process and everything else regarding that. This is one of the programs that we were able to partner with, the University of Penn program, where we received $4 million in regards to having learners be able to participate in a program regarding getting them ready for 21st century job force. This is what I mean. One of the things about Penn is that a lot of individuals, a lot of our learners come throughout the city. They're coming from North Philly, South Philly. We have individuals coming all the way from, I would say, George Washington's a catchment area. One of the things that just sets us apart with this program is that these learners get the opportunity to be on Saturdays, get support. They also are able to get support in the summer. They also are exposed to different instructional leaders at Penn. It's nothing better just seeing your learners actually on a university campus and actually excelling at the university campus. When we look at data, because everything about School District Philadelphia is always about data. When you're talking about, I'm sorry about that. All right, so when you're talking about the data right here, this is on at or above. This is right here on watch. One of the things that we're able to do is starting to get some of the individuals that were strategic intervention, we're able to move them into on watch. And the reason how we went about doing that for reading is that I went into a program in which we did I'll call it a double block. So if you don't know what a block is, it's that typically classes are maybe like 45 minutes. A block is 90 minutes. And sometimes you have what, an A-B schedule. So what we did was we did that's not an A-B, we still have A-B schedules, but for core classes, for 9th grade math, for 9th grade ELA, they have 90 minutes of instruction every day in that core class. With that, we show the data with their reading scores going up because oftentimes when you're working with learners, they forget what you forgot, they forget what you did the following day, and involve individuals that were educators. So that's some of the things that we went about doing.
You have 2 minutes.
Okay, all right. So also one of the things is that this is our growth. So if you look at it, like the benchmark was like 50%. We're at 64, 50, 64, 63. So what we're showing is that what we're doing is working. Also right here is our AP exam data. When I came, everything, we were at zeros. Right now, we have threes, and last year was the first year we had fours. We went from 2 AP programs to 10 AP programs, and with that, even just getting them the exposure to be in those classes helps them just become better individuals, lifelong learners. Because everybody talks about getting into trades, but it's so hard to pass those tests for the trades. You have to be reading at a very high level. You have to be doing math at a very high level. So the thing is that with the double block of ELA, double block of math, the 9th grade, then we do a double block of, for 10th grade, what we do is we do a double block of biology, and we do a double block of English. So, because we know that learners don't really have a science background when they come here. So we really have been really working on making sure that they are just ready for that. Also, one of the things we're just proud of is just the athletic programs here, and that we have, these are the sports that we offer. And the thing is that all of these individuals, in order to participate, they can't fail any classes. Because if you fail classes, you're not getting a scholarship. So the thing is like everybody talks about you get a scholarship. Listen, if you're trying to do D1, you gotta have at least a 2.5 to 3.0 to be able, with a score, with an SAT score like you're now 1,300. So if you don't have that, you're not getting in. So we just try to make sure that they understand this. So they understand, and these are some of the different extracurricular activities. And then we're about to go. All right. Yep. So what we're going to do is almost like a little David Letterman. So we're going to go to show you guys like some of the things that we do here at Future. And thank you for. Appreciate you guys, because this is not my thing. I'm a worker. This is not my thing. I do the work. All right. See, I did get that one. It came a long way. All right, so. So how do you want to do it? We're there? Appreciate you guys, because this is not my thing. I do the work. Come on, guys, it's a long way.
Bring the car. Bring this. Don't rage. Dior. How do I change the ISO? Oh.
job, guys. Good job. All right, so y'all need to say anything?
And this is what we do to record music and how we listen to ourselves and improve our music using the computer.
All right, thank you so much. All right, let's go to the next. Can you tell us like what y'all did over here?
So basically, if you come closer, over here, what we do to record is, usually we come to set up recording the entire time, but what we do to record is we come over and the thing was already set up, but you come over and this is the button you press to come and record, and you work out this stuff, so rather like metronomes or how the speed, the pace of the recording to be. So all this is up here to stop recording and things like that. That's how you stop, and then you can just resume it just like that. All of those things. So, thank you.
All right, let's go.
One second.
You got it.
Color coordinate it to be able to tell what you use, and then right here also helps you, especially when the words are like really squished together. The type of beat that we made is a video game style. Oh, I'm sorry. The type of beat that we made is a video game style. What's your opinion? It goes on for longer, but
Here in music technology, we have many different ways to creatively express yourself. We do that by
1 second,
using
over here.
all music for the game Fortnite. That's just a little bit of it.
Thank you. Great job. Great job. Great job.
Hi, hello. I'm an
Come over
11th
here.
grade learner.
Move this way. Oh boy, no, this is.
I'm an 11th grade learner. Today, me and my partner Brielle will be showing you what we've been learning in our AP Computer Science class.
Hi, my name is Bria. I'm an 11th grade learner here at Future, and today we'll be showing you how a sparrow works. A sparrow is a miniature robot controlled by an app we use called Sparrow EDU.
Sorry, girls. Hold up. I want to try to get the sun in front of me or behind me. I just. Oh boy. This is not going well. Can't see anything. Just die? Oh no, here we go. All right. Here we go. Hold up. How's the image going? I just want to make sure I'm tracking it. Can you guys move it so like I can see? Yeah, I just adjusted it. Yeah, it's just manual. It's just once you set it up to the stream, it just. I know. I have no. All right. And so, how are we getting these to move?
So We will make codes. We can put together codes on the iPad and, just do whatever it wants us to do. If we wanted to move in an 80-degree angle or a 90-degree angle, we tell it to do that, and it'll do it, or we'll press start, and then it does what we tell it to do.
You're also able to draw what you want them to do. So
Yes.
you would just press draw and create. And so if you wanted to draw like a heart or something, it would draw the heart.
All right. We're in. Oh, John, talk to us.
John, speak up, John. Good morning. My name is John Tichola, and I'm a 9th grader. And right now, I am preparing the screen on this Chromebook right now. Y'all have any questions for me?
No.
All right. Can somebody?
We're down here. We're going to be over here looking at the coding. It's audio's from here, not the microphone. Tell us about what you're doing.
Good morning. My name is Aki McLaughlin. I'm with the Career Technical Program, otherwise known as CTE. Today, I'm using AI to help me create a program that allows for teachers to create hall passes for students without them having to write it.
All right, let's run over here. Tell us about what you guys got going on.
Hi, I'm Imani Shelton, and I am a 12th grade senior attending High School of the Future. And today we are doing graphic design.
I'm Brenda Shavers. I am also a 12th grader at High School of the Future. Yeah, we're making shirts.
There go a shirt that's already made, and this is a template for one that we're gonna make.
All right, thank you, girls.
All right, so guys, let me try to come with me.
Come on, front. Go in front of us. Get in front of us. Keep it up. Keep up. Keep up. Keep up.
Alright, fine. Fuck it up.
And just wanted to say, this is why I do this, because if I don't do it, I don't believe an individual is going to do it like I do. And the thing is that just giving these individuals these opportunities. We're not a criteria-based school. We're a school that allow that anybody can get here, but I'm going to give you that same opportunity that you would do at a criteria-based school, and even more to just be able to excel. So I just love these learners right here. Great job. And I know they want to do a Q&A, so they may ask you questions. You'll be fine. If I can do it, I can.
right, so what has been the most rewarding part of coming to this school? Also, I'll ask you what neighborhood you're from, but also how do you plan on using some of these tools you're learning to for your career moving forward?
So the most rewarding part about coming here was, for me, it was opportunity, because I came from a much smaller place and there wasn't much going on for me there. There's a lot of like tools and there's a lot of people who actually care about me here that I can utilize to help me in my future. As for how I'm gonna apply these skills, honestly, I won't say I'm quite sure yet. I'm still looking, I'm still learning. I think I'm gonna apply this to I think I'm gonna go to college. I'm gonna apply this to college and see if I can get like a job in like research in AI, because it's very interesting, it's innovative, it's new. Any other question?
Give one.
What neighborhood do you live in? Where do you live right here?
I live closer to like Erie, so I'm up north.
Got one here?
Hold up, he's being humble. He develops video games also.
Yeah, I have a question for the violin players and the whatever the big one is, right? Apologize. The cello. I said cello. How many years have you guys been playing that instrument? It's one of the hardest instruments to play. I've always admired it. It's absolutely beautiful what you guys do. How long does it take to get this proficient at that instrument?
Personally, I've been playing for 6 years.
Just a few months. Just a few months as well.
Well, it's absolutely beautiful. Please continue.
Thank you.
Hey everybody, my name is Kristen Angelucci, and this question is for anybody who wants to answer it. You have a very captive audience here of a bunch of people who can make a difference in Philadelphia. What is the thing that you think we should be focusing on? What needs our attention right now? There's leaders from like every possible industry here, so really like what is on your mind that we should be thinking about?
I think what you should be most focused on is, keeping children out of the streets, because a lot of people's kids are in the streets because they're bored. So if you take kids and you give them something to do, I think that would keep them from doing things that they're not supposed to, which I think would, makes them do more of the right thing rather than, stealing cars, or just being places they're not supposed to be, which leads to being in places you really don't want to be.
Hi, you guys. Not a question, more of a comment. I just want to say I am so proud of each and every one of you for stepping up and doing this. Like, it's some adults that could not have done what you did. And I do not think that we recognize the good youth of Philly enough. We see so much of the mobs and the people jumping on cars, and I'm proud of y'all. I really am. I have a teenager, so it's hard being a kid in Philly, especially right now. I'm proud of y'all. Keep growing, keep climbing, keep being leaders, because y'all won't be in these seats one day. I see it, and I'm just so proud of y'all.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. One of the things that just struck me about the very first answer was that you said there are people who care about me here. And we just sat through a session about the importance of engaged teachers. So I would love to hear from you all. What does it mean for a teacher to care about you? Why do you feel cared about? I see you pointing. Anything that you have to say about how teachers and adults show their care.
Mr. Warren, my music teacher, is definitely like an outlet for me. I'm able to express how I feel without feeling as though he would like turn it against me and tell him, teacher. The teachers that I used to confide in don't work here anymore, but I'm really appreciative of people like Mr. Warren because it's hard for me to communicate, so I really trust him enough to like communicate how I'm feeling and how I feel about some people here. But as well as Dr. Smith being also an outlet for me, I can talk to him as if he's like a friend to me, but I also understand his role as like a principal. So I still see him as like a principal, but I'm still able to talk to him like he's my friend, and he reciprocates back. It's not like I'm talking to a therapist or anything. He actually helps trying to make me feel better. But he is a reason that I stepped out of my shell from 9th grade to 12th grade. I was a very shy person, and I wouldn't even think about coming up here if I didn't have an outlet like Mr. Warren or Dr. Smith.
First off, I want to say shout out Miss Dad, late grandma. When I first transferred, I transferred last year. She was like one of the first people to come up to